International Translation Day is celebrated every year on September 30th. Since translation is one of the free services offered by the Documentation Center to its members, the Center wishes to join the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization in recognizing the invaluable contributions of translators and interpreters in bridging linguistic and cultural divides. The day acknowledges those language professionals who work behind the scenes to ensure the seamless flow of information across linguistic boundaries and who facilitate communication across cultures. Even though the United Nations established the day in May of 2017, September 30th was declared as International Translation Day. So why September 30th? The date was chosen because it celebrates the feast of Saint Jerome, the Bible translator, who is considered the patron saint of translators. Saint Jerome, a priest from northeastern Italy, is known mostly for his effort translating most of the Bible into Latin from the Greek manuscripts of the New Testament. He also translated parts of the Hebrew Gospel into Greek. The original aim of translation is centered on the translator's processes. That is, to create a target text that is equivalent to the source text. A more recent goal is overcoming and removing barriers, focusing on user access to translation products. This means taking into account users with different profiles, such as those who belong to minorities with diverse communicative needs. This year's theme places a special emphasis on scrutinizing power dynamics within the realm of translation, particularly concerning indigenous language communities. This focus is in line with the more contemporary views of translation, overcoming and removing barriers. While translation often serves as a bridge connecting cultures and communities, it can also reflect and influence power imbalances. This year's theme highlights these intricate dynamics and promotes a deeper understanding of the challenges encountered by indigenous language translators. What then is translation? It's both a process and a product. Translation has been defined as the process of rendering written language that was produced in one language, the source language, into another, the target language, or the target language version that results from this process. From this definition, it is easy to assume that the source and target language are different. We might also reasonably assume that the communication products are different. We seldom ask if it is possible for the source and target languages to be the same. Roman Jakobson, a Russian linguist, did answer this question. He thought of three types of translation. The first, intralingual translation or rewording, is an interpretation of verbal signs by means of other signs of the same language. Examples of intralingual translation include the use of subtitles for the hard of hearing, or the use of easy and plain language to restate or retell a story using other words within one language. Jacobson also considers interlingual translation, or translation proper, as an interpretation of verbal signs by means of some other language. Translation between languages is at the heart of the concept. It is regarded as real translation. When the translator uses a text written in Spanish, a source text, to create an equivalent written text in English, a target text, this is translation proper. Jacobson further includes a third type called intersemiotic translation or transmutation. This is an interpretation of verbal signs by means of signs of nonverbal sign systems. Creating subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing and audio description for the visually impaired are formats that point in the direction of the latest newcomer in the field of translation studies, accessible communication. So far, traditional definitions on translation suggest that a human actor can facilitate mediation between languages. However, artificial intelligence and digitalization have given way to a new role for non-human actors to translate text. While this development has not replaced human translators, new job profiles have emerged to increase translation workflows, placing human translators in the role of advisor and editor. If you would like to know more about the work of translators, we leave you with a few open access titles. You can obtain full text at the Documentation Center. You can reach us at unesco.info@moe.gov.tt. That is unesco.info@moe.gov.tt.